Through this show, ENCA gives a variety of newsmakers their chance to host this program. We'll give you, the viewer, a chance to get involved in the conversation. Unfiltered, accountable, and accessible. As the 2019 election approaches, it is sure to be met at the door with the anger and frustration of promises that have been continually made and revised for every election. The Economist, in their publication 2019 Pocket World in Figures, reported that South Africa ranked at #1 for having the highest youth unemployment figures in the world. There is a term in Xhosa that is used known as sidikiwe, and this is something that describes young people. We are indeed frustrated, angry, and jobless. Tonight, we'll be speaking about what should form part of the Youth Manifesto for 2019. You can be part of the conversation. Here's how.
Tweet us at ENCA using the hashtag LHIO. Call us on 011-759-6340 or send us a WhatsApp or WhatsApp video on 082-884-6370. And make sure those videos are no longer than 30 seconds, please.
I'm joined now in studio by the EFF Student Command President, Keetse. Thank you for joining us. Now, there's been a continuous push to view young people as a homogeneous group in society. The idea that youth issues should be discussed in terms of, the South African conversations for young people. So we have young people in different spheres in this country doing different things. Young people are domestic workers, young people are miners, young people are protesting on the streets based on service delivery each and every day. And these things cut across racial lines. So my first question would be, does the EFF have a place for young, white, Indian, and colored people in its party and in South Africa?
Well, of course, we do have plans for all young people in the country, regardless of the color of their skin or whatever religion they might come from. And the manifesto of the EFF, together with the founding manifesto, it clearly stipulates very well that all the people, young people of South Africa, shall accordingly benefit from the economic emancipation struggle that we are pursuing today.
So interestingly enough, the EFF leader not so long ago in Klerksdorp addressed a youth event where he stated that the majority of Indians are racist. Do you think that Indian young people found that to be exclusionary and to almost suggest that the EFF doesn't see Indian people as important in their movement?
Well, everyone is important in our movement, but we must not shy away from the fact that Indians and white people, they have benefited a lot, and they are still benefiting in this current establishment, and we must not shy away from that. And the fact is that African people, particularly black people, are the ones who are being, excluded from participating in the economy. And the EFF mainly represent the dejected masses of our people, and those are many of the percentage are black people, black young people that are out there unemployed and so forth.
So can we say that the EFF is ready to lead South Africa if it's only representing a particular view of a particular group? Because South Africa is one of the most diverse countries in the world, where there's white, colored, Indian people, black people. So do we want a government that only speaks for a particular group?
Look, I mean, if, for instance, we are in a race and white young people are 50 meters ahead of me, and they are running at a speed about 60 kilometers per hour. I'm running at 40. And you think you want to balance and so that we can be on the same level, and you want to apply the same mechanism in both instances. It won't work. You ought to uplift those who are behind. And that's exactly what the EFF seeks to address. We address the injustices of the past, which is precisely to uplift young people so that they can then benefit from the economy of South Africa.
So you would say that the EFF is a diverse party, even though its demographic is really not representative of the diversity of this country.
We are a diverse movement. We have members who are Indians, we have members who are white. Even as I have said in the beginning, that our founding manifesto clearly states that all races are welcome and they are going to be represented in the EFF's interest.
So one of the conversations that I always feel is left behind when we talk about youth issues is the issue of gender inequality, the issue of rape culture and sexism in political parties and also in government as well. Now, a member of the EFF, Simamkele, I'm sure you know her, wrote a very scathing article about how women in the EFF suffer violations and are threatened by fellow male members. What do you have to say about that?
Well, I don't know about that. I mean, everyone is entitled to have their own view in how things are being done. And what I can tell you is that women in the EFF are highly respected, and we do not have anyone who seeks to, or any view that seeks to undermine women in leadership. I mean, here in Gauteng, we have a capable chairperson of the entire province who's a female. In the Free State, we have the entire chairperson who's a female leading the entire province. So you can see that in the EFF, we do really take women serious, and women are then finding expression and spaces in leadership.
So we have an incident that recently took place where the deputy chairperson of the EFF in the Northwest is currently facing trial for assaulting a female staff member of the EFF. Then you look at the University of Cape Town, where you have EFF members that have been accused of raping fellow students. So what are the actions that the EFF has taken to really show that they are willing to fight against gender inequality, rape culture within the organization? Because it clearly does exist in the organization.
Look, I'm not a police station or a court, right? So I wouldn't preempt or rather say who is right, who is wrong, are they guilty, are they not? And let me assure you of something. Should anyone be found guilty of those things you are saying, then the organization will take decisive action.
So these things happened a while back. So what has happened thus far?
Well, I don't know how you are going to expect me to know whether the guy in Northwest have really beaten a woman. I mean, even the court, you are saying he's still going through the trial, so you do not even know whether...
So I'm asking, what processes, what procedures are there in the EFF to stop these type of behaviors?
We do have very strict measures that we take internally. You would remember there was a fellow in Mpumalanga who was accused and convicted of rape. He was arrested, and the organization took decisive action by expelling that particular fellow. So the EFF is very firm in terms of, all these things you are saying, and in terms of dealing with them also.
We continue the conversation after the break. Make sure to use the hashtag LHIO on social media.